So, hey, hola, world. Doesn't matter where you're at. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and coming from live here in Cancun, and we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so we just wanted to thank you for a little bit of your patience today. So, look, everything comes at us every single day. Emails, you have employees, you have clients, you have news, right, coming at you every single day. And did you know that we're very much influenced by our surroundings and all the exterior forces around us? And you have to stand guard in the doorway of your mind and your heart. And we're going to walk you through how to do that today. So, again, we just want to thank you. We want to congratulate you first off for finding us. Why is that? Because we're going to go on this amazing journey together, this journey of transformation. So the title today is the 8 lessons, 8 tips on how to raise successful children. And this is episode number 2, because last week we did episode number 1. Thursday is always family day. So if you have not watched episode 1, please go and watch it. We uploaded it there on YouTube as well as Facebook. So please go watch it. And today's topic is happy people equals happy results. And we're going to share with you a couple of tips. But baby, what is your take on happy people, happy results? How, in our children particularly, when they're happy?
I think that it's a very important thing, especially I know that you wanted to focus on the children, but I think it starts with the adult first. If you as a parent always are in a low energy state, always complaining, always frustrated, and then you realize that why is my kids always frustrated, always not happy? It's because they model after success, right? And their success is you, the parents, the mom and the dad and the grandpa and the grandma, right? And for me, I think being happy is it's a gift. It's a gift. It's not easy to be happy all the time. It's a choice that you need to make, and then you have to be the 20 or 5% of the to be happy, because to ground ourselves in negativity. I remember, when I first found a job that I really enjoyed, and one of my senior was telling me that, hey, you really love and you're really happy going to work every single day. There's something wrong with that job. And I was like, what? How come? And I think it's the same thing. People just find that if you're always happy, something is wrong with you, right? And with the kids, I think it's the exact same thing. Just kind of like we have shared something about our kids on in YouTube about him trying to beat his dad on a game. But then when he was so upset, he just couldn't really see the way out. Because when you're upset, you just kind of lock yourself into this. It's almost like you're locking the door and you're not letting the oxygen and the air and the sunshine coming in. So how would you be able to breathe and really feel the goodness in everything? Because if you see the goodness in everything, you will be able to be more you'll get more result, you'll become more passionate. Doing videos, right? Sometimes we have very high energy state, sometimes we have a little bit low energy state, and you can notice the difference between the quality of the videos just because our state, because I know that you would love us to be happier. I mean, if we're really grumpy, it's like, oh man, today, this is what we're going to talk about. I mean, would you be really excited to watch from us, right?
We've seen that. We've seen videos like that, right? That, not saying that we do it, but we've seen videos like that where people are, the state changes and all that stuff. It's very, very important. How happy you are equals happy results. And, today's tip, look, how to raise your kids successfully, some of the tips. And the very first thing is get happy yourself. So that's the very first tip I have for you. And, I believe this quote that somebody I learned once is that the best example of leadership is leadership by example. Right? I absolutely love that quote because, I've seen many parents, and I won't say any names or give anything like that, but I've seen many parents who, let's say, hey, don't smoke. They tell their children, don't smoke. Well, most of their kids, all their kids actually, in this particular family, smoke. But yet the mom and dad kept telling them, don't smoke. Why? Because they smoke. But yet, as they're telling their children not to smoke, they have a cigarette in their hand, right? So that's using that as an example. Happiness is the same way.
Yes.
Happiness is the same way. You tell your kids to be happy, but then you're grumpy or yelling at your husband or wife, or you're sad yourself, or you're frustrated and stressed. So yet you're telling them to be happy. It doesn't what you do is much more powerful than what you say.
Yes.
So, when we say this tip, we don't take this tip very lightly. Get happy yourself.
Yes.
Right. And we've known that in our lives too. When our marriage had challenging times and we were going through some turbulent times, we weren't happy. We were stressed. We were frustrated. We were overworked. We were looked like the world was a life and career responsibilities was just hammering down at us. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it just and our children saw that.
Yes.
They see it. Right. So it doesn't matter what we tell them. Hey, be happy. Work hard or anything like that. It just doesn't matter. They have to see it. And that's, when we turn our life and our marriage around, our state around, and with the help of influence like Tony Robbins and their
Mm-hmm.
community and some other things that we've done with ourselves that has elevated our life and happiness to a whole nother level, everything we've seen in our life, our parents, our family members, our children, and people who we interact with, including our employees, our clients, they're magically happier. Why is that? Because, and we get happier results. Why is that? Because our state changed, right? We got
it starts from us.
It starts from us. Yeah. So your take on that, Vic? Is that what?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Nothing
yep,
more to add.
Yep.
I said pretty much said it.
You said it all, baby. You said it all. You love to set it all.
Awesome. All right. So, and then the next thing is, next tip I have for you guys is rig your children's environment for happiness. Rig it. Right? We talk about proximity. Tony teaches us proximity is power. Right? Proximity is power. Like, there's children that our kids have played with, and they're not positive, for example, right? They're not positive. And sorry to say, my kid is not going to be in that environment very long. Might be one time or twice. Might give you a shot another time. But if you're a kid that is not positive or a family's not positive, we're not going to hang out with you, right? We're not going to let our kids hang out with you. Why? Because we want our kids being influenced by, positively, happy, intelligently strong, and everything. So, and if you want your kid to do the same, then I would highly recommend to rig their environment as well. If they are the way they are, there's really only two reasons. 100% true. Either you are causing it, right, as their parents, or you are, really having your child in an environment that doesn't allow them to grow and prosper as much as you want, if you want. So just imagine, just think about, where do you take them? Who do they hang around with? What are their kids? What are your friends like? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Proximity is definitely power. So rig their environment of happiness. And we've done this where we saw kids that weren't happy, and we have not let our children hang out with them. And we run into a family that's happy, positive, and their children are smart, intelligent, because they're working hard and they're giving their effort. We want to inject our children in that environment. Why? Because it's just kind of like fish, right? You ever seen the movie Finding Nemo, for example? You see this school of fish that kind of go there. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing. And if the fish are all the same, going the same direction, and they're prospering, they're growing, their environment, they're happy. Well, I want my kids in that school of fish, right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Not looking down on anybody. I just want better for my children. That's just it. So just look at your life, look at yourself. How can you improve it? And the two things that you could do is definitely, obviously, yourself get happier and rig their environment of happiness.
Yes, I think C's obviously coming off really, really strong, because that's what he's really, really passionate about. What we really wanted to talk about too is what I really want to talk about too is, we are born in a negative world. At this moment, when they're kids, they're vulnerable, they're absorbing everything that's around them. It's very important to build a really strong foundation where the emotional home is happiness.
Yes.
The emotional home is happiness. So in that way, when one day, right, it's almost like, the animal kingdom, you release the animal to the wild, like I release my children to the wild, regardless of what kind of negativity they got, they always know how to find their way home, which is happiness.
Yes.
And that is very, very important to me, because I know that when you're happy and when you're not happy, what is the result of your life, right? And what kind of people are you drawing to, right? Because if you're hanging out with a group of people that keep telling you that you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it, even though you thought that you can do it, eventually you just don't think that you could.
Yes.
Right? And if you are a happy person and you keep hanging out with other ungrateful people or unhappy people, eventually, that's what you're going to be focusing on. You're like, oh yeah, why should I be happy? Happiness is overrated, right? I heard that all the time. And that's the reason why I think C's just wanted to protect the kids away from those environments, because again, peer group is very important. They are very, very important. And I can share with you other stories.
Yeah, we don't
However,
have to,
we have very limited time today.
we don't have to sell you that peer groups are very important. Just look at your life. You know this as an adult, right? As their parents, your peer groups matter. There's people that you don't hang around with. There's people that you don't go to, or there's people that you don't learn from or add value to. You know that. We don't have to talk so much about that. And why is it so different for your children? Same thing, right? So especially the very important. Another topic that we'll talk about is the age of imprint. To do these things way before the age of 7 is very, very important. Why? Because that's when their identity as an adult. That's a whole topic that we'll discuss later on. But their identity as an adult really is shaped really from the age of when they were born up till the age of 7. Mm-hmm. So you want to break their environment of happiness, and then you want to be happier, and anything you want to teach your children and cultivate their character and their identity. This is when you do it, before the age of 7, because age of imprint. Look it up. You want to know, but it starts at up till the age of 7. So again, thank you very much for listening, guys. Again, these are the 8 tips on how to raise successful children, and the topic today was happy people equals happy results. And the two tips that we gave you is, again, be happy yourself, get happy yourself, and then second is really break their environment of a different environment of happiness. So
create the environment of happiness.
Yeah, yep. Totally create it. So thank you very much for listening. Again, thank you. Congratulations for finding us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And if you like this video, wherever you're at, like it, comment it, and share it with the world. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. This way you'll get alerted every single time if there's a new video or when we go live like this. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye. Talk to you soon. Bye.